Hello everybody, my name's Anthem. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 New Orders America. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So. Unfortunately, we were not able to get Hawaii. We were close. You know, we got the treaty ports, we were not able to get Hawaii. Apparently, the decision might have been bugged, maybe because this is kind of playing on a previous version of the mod. Not 100% too sure, but unfortunately, you know, we tried our best. I mean, it didn't militarize. I mean, that's still something, right? The Japanese can't put missiles there. Japanese can't put troops. They cannot put any naval vessels. So, I think it is still a win, even though it's not the greatest win we possibly could have had. Research slots. What do we want? It is almost 1970s. We can take the 70 tech out being, oh, stealth technology. I don't know if this does literally anything, but it sounds cool, so we'll get that going. Outdated production, that is going to be probably one of the aircraft. Yes, we can get you up to advanced. And all of that is looking good. We're not training any troops. I know that's it's fine. We don't need to worry about that too much. And very soon we'll be able to get our Social Security Act passed. We're going to get our weapon against fascism, which is going to make Social Security even better for everybody. And then following that, we will go for just passing the bill. Just passing it immediately with everyone deserves a fair chance. Eventually, we will need the a gentleman hand, a firm statement. I mean, so let's get medical. I mean, we need both of these to go for the national healthcare system as well. So we'll try. Maybe we'll do this one first, and then do everyone deserves a fair chance. Maybe there is some sort of extra play that I'm not too sure. But we are almost done the campaign. Like, you know, it's going to be 1970. The campaign should end with the election of 1972, so we're only like 2 years away from finishing this whole thing. Like, we're getting there. I mean, the game runs pretty slowly, which is not a surprise when you're, you know, when you're, what, 7, 8 years into a Hawaii 4 campaign, it doesn't run the best. I actually wonder, should they add in the unit limiter, like, that's in Kaiserreich? I think it would make sense for the new order, because it's not like, you know, again, military units are that important. But again, I hope everybody has enjoyed. You know, even now we're in like episode 63, 64, something like that. There is still, you know, a great number of you who are watching every episode. Like, you know, we're still consistently getting 1,000+ viewership per episode, which I'm surprised by. So tomorrow, because the episode's going to go up on the 19th, I believe. So tomorrow we'll be starting off the Mexico campaign as well. So we're going to be doing 2 new order runs. One is the United States. Tomorrow we're going to be starting off Mexico as well, because they just got a new tree last week? The week before last week? I'm not too sure. Recently, they got a new tree, so we will definitely be playing them. What do we want to do here? We'll contribute to the Iberian IAS. That seems okay. And somebody did point out there's only like 3 more conflicts we have. There's going to be the oil wars, which will happen, I think, in 1971. There's going to be an election in Iceland, which we do remember from the Germany campaign. And I don't remember what the other one was. It might have been Spain if they go into a... the Piazza Fontana bombing. Okay, so this is... Shit, what is it called? What was the crisis in Italy in the 70s called? When there's all the... I don't remember what it's called. It's not the Long of the Night... It's not the Night of Long Nights. I know that for sure. It is... I should know this. It's when there's a lot of like right-wing and left-wing extremism in the country in the 70s. I don't remember. Somebody will tell me for sure in the comments. But crisis in Italy. I mean, we have a lot of troops stationed there. You know, we will do whatever we can to make sure Italy remains a faithful part of the OFN. Like, the OFN is looking really good, right? Like, we have a pretty substantial part of Europe under our, not jurisdiction, but, you know, under our alliance, under our umbrella here. You know, France, UK, unfortunately Ireland, I mean, they're not in any faction, it's kind of neutral, which, I mean, is fair enough. I understand that. Better than to be neutral than being in the Irish Pact. So if Ireland wants to remain in that kind of domain of international neutrality, let them. Okay? I'm not going to worry myself with that. And what else are we making that is outdated here? It's not down here. Outdated. Okay. Improved transport. Go for the advanced transport copters. Looks fantastic. We returned 3 ports with a -10. Stockholm comments was unfortunately a +10 there, but Again, even like our score, we're just better than Japan and Germany combined. Like, it's really, really good for us. Like, by far number one. By the way, how is the Far East doing? They still own their capital, which, I mean, that's nice. We will send them infantry equipment. We'll send them some expertise here. $270 million. Yeah, there's no global conflicts at the moment. You know what? We'll also stabilize Iberia. I don't know if they're going to go into civil war, because right now, it is still stable. It's still a stable Iberia. They're not tipping their way into civil war. At least right now. As far as I can tell, they're not tipping their way into a massive civil war. I mean, we can maybe look into their focus tree to kind of see what they're actually up to. Under the Chaldeo's eyes, democracy with the flaws removed. On the world stage, under the shadow of the hegemon. Have they done any of these? Do we have a plus 45 opinion boost with them? We do. Because they support us in the South African War. I don't know how they feel about Germany, though, right now. I'm hoping they don't align with the Germans. I don't see why they would. Because, again, Iberia, they don't like Germany. If you remember back from when we played as Iberia, I mean, things might have changed from then to now. It has been like 2 years. But, okay, new president of France. They are progressive liberals. Sounds great to me. Something that we can actually work with. But, man, Iberia, they don't like Germany that much. They feel like Germany has kind of betrayed the Iberian... Oh, Burgundy's collapsed. Well, I will save this because this might be the thumbnail. Is there anything we can do for Burgundy? I mean, there is the socialist uprising, the red poppies. I don't know if there's anything we can do with them. I would love to try to support them if at all possible, but also make sure we turn off Fog of War because it looks atrocious. Also, we should actually station some troops. Which of these armies? I guess Blue Army here. We're going to station you over to Burgundy instead of being in Romania. Probably going to be a little bit more important there. Is there anything I can do to support you? My gut answer is no, but it would be really, really nice to not have a scary Burgundy. Is there anything else we can spend our political power on? Maybe 465 points, which is pretty, well, champion American victories for now. Attention to the military. Let's denounce Japanese imperialism, even though, you know, we're trying to be more friendly with them. And for you, campaign for civil rights. Sure, you know what, let's invest in the administration for 50 points. I think that also seems okay. Because right now the economy, you know, we still have like a 2% yearly surplus is still really, really nice. Can I invest more money? I can. Let's throw that in there. Inflation has gone up a little bit more. It's a bit of a shame. You know, actually, just put us back on auto payments for now for the debt. 66.7% debt to GP ratio is, I think, fine. It's like what? That's like half of what it is right now in the U.S. I think they're like what 123, 124%. So we're happy with this. Like theoretically, if we make $10 billion a year and we put all of that into the national debt, it'll be fixed in by like 2000, which I mean that's fairly reasonable for a $315 billion debt. We'll try that. Do we need to do attack sites? I don't think so. Army expenditures, naval expenditures, there's really no reason to have those up in any meaningful way. So let's see, what do we have? So we have the red poppies, we have Himmler, we have Charlemagne. I mean, they're all fascist, right? Other than the red poppies, they are all some flavor of fascist. Is there a fascist we prefer? Like, maybe... I mean, you've got a French flag, so maybe you are less fascist? I mean, you're more fascist, but, like, a different flavor of fascist than Himmler. Like, maybe that'll be okay for us. Operation Rimpone, that is going to damage Germany's ability to do anything. You know, let's actually keep damaging Germany's ability to do anything in the Middle East, because that actually will play into things in the future. Once we get into the oil crisis, which is going to happen. Luckily, Kennedy has a big old brain, and he knows that the Middle East is going to collapse sometime in the next, like, 18 months. Yeah, the Red Poppies have been defeated, so now it is a 3-way war. I've got a feeling that Himmler is still going to win. He's looking old as shit. I have a feeling that he's still going to win. If I, like, zoom out, like, is there somewhere I can, like, put my, what do I, like, speed for? No, it's still slower. Okay, sometimes, not that speed 4 is ever going to be faster, but sometimes speed 4 is not, you know, it runs maybe a little bit better. Because what speed 5 does, if you don't know, I think it just makes your CPU just go as fast as possible to capture all the, and it makes your CPU just use as much CPU energy as it possibly can. What's kind of funny is that we actually are dropping frames. I think we're just, like, so late into this campaign. I mean, it's probably not going to make a big deal for you dropping, you know, 1% frames. When we're just looking at basically nothing at all. Really, all you're doing right now is listening to me talk. Okay, we're no longer getting military austerity. I'm going to do another point of military austerity, because honestly, I don't see a reason not to. I see no reason not to do military austerity. I wonder if it even makes sense to do civilian austerity right now. Consumer goods going 7.5%. I mean, you could do a tax hike. Tax cuts. Or we just keep, you know what? No, we'll just keep on military austerity. We'll keep on paying off our debt. You know, slowly but surely. We'll get all that done. I mean, I'm wondering, like, how at this point, how many people just watch this as basically being, like, a podcast? I got a feeling, like, most of my videos are probably best consumed in, like, some sort of podcast-esque way. Foreign policy. You know, strengthen American business interest in South America. This has all been researched. And there's nothing I can do with you, right? Unfortunately. I would love to send you guns. I would love to maybe send you, like, a volunteer division. Unfortunately, we can't do that. Or, if Omsk over here, who's actually no longer ultranationalist, they're just despotic. If they were to invade Central Siberia, cut them between the two of them, maybe that could work out. How many troops do you guys have? 35? I'm not too sure. The American mom. So, a woman for president, huh? Whispered Herb, watching Shafee's interview from across the room. Well, it beats me, that's for damn sure. Never thought I'd see the day. He let out a little chuckle, finding the situation apparently rather humorous. I don't buy it, not for 1 second, muttered his co-producer Pete. This whole housewife act, you know what I mean? What sort of housewife even runs her president? Who does she think she's kidding? She wants to be a housewife so bad she should stay at home. You know, I heard she used to work for some think tank over in DC. Doesn't get any less housewifey than that, huh? Oh, and her husband? Herb lets out a stifled laugh. That one's a real kicker. He's some big shot lower down in St. Louis. It's like the jokes just write themselves. A homegrown American housewife who's neither homegrown nor a housewife. Real American, my ass. You did pass for a better American housewife than her. Not paying much attention to her, Pete went on. Although I wonder how much of her act she really believes. I mean, how can she just get up in front of the national television and say all this bullshit without a hint of doubt? Doesn't sit right with me. All these politicians and their constant lying and scheming. It really is hard enough to trust a woman with power. But a woman politician? Shafely? I don't think I could even find it in me to trust someone like her. Me neither, Pete. Me neither. So it looks like Schlafly is planning some sort of presidential run in for 1972. And let's get our Social Security Act. I love Social Security. You should love Social Security. And let's get medical. One of the biggest aspects of RFK's agenda is to improve the nation's healthcare system. Make it easier for people to see doctors and get medicine and treatment. Oh, wait, okay, there's a new election. You know what, let's go NPP this time. I will say last time I did completely neglect the poll, so I'm going to rectify it this one time. And let's run in here. There we go, the Great Lake region. Okay, I'm going to read this again because we got interrupted. One of the biggest aspects of RK's agenda is to improve the nation's healthcare system. To make it easier for people to see doctors and get medicine and treatments that many have not been able to receive before, due to lack of access or lack of money to pay for it. But in order to even begin the process of expanding healthcare to more people, Bobby has to put his party on side to support him, which is easier said than done. While everyone in the party is generally in favor of increasing health spending and getting more doctors and hospitals, it's the nitty-gritty details that are causing issues that will have to be dealt with. There are 3 general directions the president can go. He can pitch the idea to cover the largest number of Americans possible, an almost fully national healthcare system that many other nations have been establishing around the world. The problem is that some of the more radical members of the Progressive Caucus may be a bit iffy about the more vague and generalized terms, and the fact that it wouldn't be the full government-run and managed healthcare in certain system. President Kennedy can also focus on specific areas of the nation that have worse healthcare systems due to their intrinsic poverty and lack of development, such as Mississippi and Alabama. While the nationalists will undoubtedly support this measure, the lack of support for struggling cities in the north or rapidly growing cities in the west will have been seen as a slap on the face. Finally, the president can instead focus on the civil rights issue. That is a new plan to help African Americans and other marginalized people in the United States, as well as they are usually denied the same healthcare coverage and benefits that white people so easily receive. Most of the party will support this measure, though it will come at the expense of support for the nationalists, especially the segregationists that have already made such a nuisance and fuss over schools. All in all, there's no easy answer, but Robert Kennedy has to make a choice. We will go for all of America. Well, if we need to spend money, if we need to go into debt, then I feel like a national healthcare service is a fine way to do it. And if need be, we can just raise taxes, or we can just disband the military. We'll figure something out there. Okay, well, it does look like Himmler is going to end up winning his war. He's going to win his civil war. I don't know if that's going to make him stronger or weaker. I hope he doesn't nuke the planet. That's kind of like the one thing I'm trying to avoid is a global apocalypse. I think that would be... It'll be good for us not to all die. I don't know about you out there. I'm not a fan of dying myself. Maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you guys are freaks. But you know, it's not what I'm planning. I guess actually most of fame drops get dropped during those saving screens, so I guess it actually is fine. By the way, how's the GDP looking? They want 490. We're at 475. We do have like 2 years roughly to try to get this up. I mean, we're investing our money. I mean, the GDP is just growing naturally. In 2 years, it has gone up almost 50 billion, so we should hit the 490 by 1972. And for our spy agency, sure, you know what? Let's just send him to Russia. I don't know if Germany's doing any operations there, but just in case they are, we'll try to limit that as much as we possibly can. Is there any other troops we want to send to Burgundy? Do we need 2 armies on the border with Bulgaria? Answer is probably not. So let's disband that army there. Let's move you up to Burgundy as well. I don't think we need any troops on the Iberian front. Iberia, I still think, is going to be friendly. They've had the economic miracle. They're liberalizing right now. They've got weakened sovereignty. And a disorderly federal army. I'm trying to think, like, if they have a uprising, like, when does that normally happen? Democracy with all the flaws removed is going to be... That's going to ruin weakened sovereignty. So no, they have not done that yet. Glorify women's roles. Our dreams realized. Trade relations go up. American advisors arrive. Invest in Latin America. Well, as far as I know, we have not... have we had the Iberian delegates arrive in Washington? This allows them to join the OFN at the very, very bottom. Okay. So, if that's the case... I'm trying to think, have you had the Iberians show up? Again, we know they supported us against the Germans in the past. They allowed the French Republic to move troops through the Gibraltar. So it seems like they are aligning with us in the grand scheme of things. But it's just like, when will that happen? I don't know. They would get plus 25. But unfortunately, like, at least from us, we know that they haven't gotten that plus 25 modifier yet. I can't see what Germany's relation with Iberia is. But they could also be just focusing on their main political tree instead, as opposed to aligning with the OFN. Please align with the OFN. It would make my life so much better. to have another ally in the region. We're looking good, and we're about to get our Social Security on the way. And I mean, we have the vote. Again, all the nationalists do support us, which I'm very, very happy to see. But I do think that at least right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. If not enjoy, you can always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.